Alright, my dear fellows, let me hit you with some peak excitement. This manhwa is jam-packed with adventures, brimming with action, twists, and wild moments that'll keep you hooked. It's the kind of masterpiece that'll make you laugh, scream, and maybe even question your life choices in the best way possible. And guess what? It's brand new and already got me fascinated. You know I had to share it with all of you because legends don't gatekeep. So let's get connected, dive into this world, and vibe together as we explore this banger. Picture this. It's the year 2077, and humanity's existence is hanging by a thread. The virtual game Apocalypse? Yeah, it's not just a game anymore, it's become reality. Tornadoes of lightning rip through the skies and blood-red-eyed monsters are descending from above, ready to wipe out everything in their path. But humanity isn't going down without a fight. People are awakening supernatural abilities, stepping up with courage to protect what's left of the world. In the middle of all this madness stands our protagonist, Xiao, the richest guy around, and someone who's got both power and devotion. Scene 1. Xiao's love for Qin Yanran knows no bounds. Monsters are everywhere, but he's focused on keeping her safe. He looks her in the eyes and promises, "Don't worry, Yanran. I've spent a fortune hiring 10 experts to help you level up, making sure you get the best." But wait, Xiao doesn't stop there. Oh no, my guy is all in. He spends an insane amount of money on a divine artifact just for Qin Yanran, pulling out every stop to ensure her safety and growth. Thanks to his efforts, Qin Yanran becomes a god-tier powerhouse in Dragon Country, wielding her divine artifact like a boss. Fast forward, and now it's time for the big moment, Xiao and Qin Yanran's wedding. Everyone's gathered to witness this so-called match made in heaven. From the crowd, someone gushes so envious. They're truly perfect for each other. Meanwhile, another girl dreams aloud. A rich and devoted man like Xiao. If only I could meet one. Only to get roasted by her friend. You keep dreaming. And then it happens. The moment that makes this manhwa a masterpiece of betrayal. As Xiao, brimming with love, romantically asks, "Yanran, will you marry me?" She smiles, but it's not the smile of a happy bride. Nope. It's the smile of pure evil. She pulls him in for a hug, whispers in his ear, "I won't." And before Xiao can even process the words, bam! She rips his heart out, literally. Xiao screams in agony as Qin Yanran laughs maniacally, "Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha!" But wait, it gets worse. Out of the shadows steps another guy, decked out in a slick black suit with a yellow shirt, sporting the same cold, evil eyes as Qin Yanran. Xiao, lying on the ground, heartless and broken, croaks out in disbelief, "Qin Yanran." And here's the dagger to the soul. Qin Yanran, holding Xiao's heart like a trophy, spits out her true motives. "Xiao, do you think money can buy my true feelings? Do you think gifting me equipment allows you to morally coerce me? You're wrong. I accepted your gifts, but that doesn't mean I agree to your affection." And then, the ultimate gut punch. "I'm not that cheap. Everything I've achieved today was earned through my own hard work." As Qin Yanran clutches Xiao's literal heart in her left hand, she leans into Zhou Hong, the tall, sinister guy in the black suit. Smiling wickedly, she looks down at Xiao, still bleeding and broken, and says with mock affection, "The only person who understands my struggles is Zhou Hong. Now, I'll give your heart to him. That way, being with him, I can hear your heartbeat every day." Isn't that touching? Touching? More like gut-wrenching. Xiao, barely able to muster any words through the pain, chokes out, You two." But before he can finish, Zhou Hong stomps on Xiao's face, sneering, "What? You? Go die, trash." He follows it up with the ultimate insult, "Now everything of yours is mine. Ha ha ha." The scene shifts as Xiao is cast into a dark abyss, left to fall endlessly into despair. Alone in the void, he replays everything in his mind, the betrayal, the pain, the loss. Broken and grieving, he mutters, "Why? Qin Yanran. For you, I gave up everything wholeheartedly, only for you to betray me in the end." But even as he wallows in sorrow, a spark of rage ignites. Grinding his teeth, he growls, "No, I no longer have a heart, but I won't let it end like this. No way. That's when the transformation begins. His body surges with newfound power, and his thoughts turn dark and vengeful. I'm unwilling. I'll make you pay. I'll have my revenge. I will make those despicable people pay the price. And just like that, the scene flips. Suddenly, Xiao wakes up. Back in time. It's a week before the game apocalypse begins. He's no longer a victim. He's been given a second chance to rewrite his destiny. Looking around, he realizes the timeline and mutters, "Is this reincarnation? I remember now. It's a week before the game starts. There's 200,000 yuan on this card. Qin Yanran's monthly allowance." His expression hardens and a sly smirk creeps across his face. I really have been reborn. Right on cue, Qin Yanran shows up, but this time her venomous words don't faze him. She scoffs. Xiao, are you deaf? Didn't you hear me? Do you think I need your little bit of money? Accepting your money was just me saving your pride and face. Got it? And if that wasn't enough, she delivers the final slap in the face. If you keep clinging to me, don't ever come and find me again. But this isn't the same Xiao. No longer broken, no longer blinded by love, he looks at her with calm, calculated confidence. Qin Yanran notices his demeanor shift and sneers. What? Regretting it already? After her arrogant tirade, Xiao cuts her off with a sharp, biting tone. For my good? How about I go to hell instead? Qin Yanran freezes, completely caught off guard. Nervously, she stammers, What? But Xiao doesn't let up, his voice calm yet laced with cold sarcasm. That must have been so hard for you. Don't worry, I'll make it easy. I'll never give you anything again. Her shock turns to rage as she shouts, You, another one of your little tricks? Fine, since you came all the way here, I'll reluctantly accept your card this time. But Xiao smirks and snaps back. Get lost. Immediately, right now. Her face twists with fury and she screams, Xiao, how dare you talk to me like this? You'll regret it. Xiao, unbothered and oozing confidence, steps closer and looks down at her shoes with a mocking expression. I just remembered. Those shoes you're wearing? I bought those too. Take them off before you leave. Qin Yanran's eyes widen and she yells in disbelief. Xiao, don't think your little bit of money makes you great. Do you think this will make me yield to you? Unfazed, Xiao grabs the shoes and tosses them straight into the trash. Qin Yanran, now completely livid, screams, Xiao, remember what you've done today. Even if you kneel and beg me later, I will never acknowledge you again. Xiao, his face unreadable, delivers his final blow. That would be a blessing. I beg you, don't ever show up in front of me again. With cold confidence in his eyes, he turns away, muttering, I've got more important things to do than waste time on you. The Apocalypse beta test will begin in 1 week. At that time, during the first 10 minutes of the beta test, the recharge system will be briefly activated. Xiao knows this is his chance to get ahead. Picking up his phone, he dials someone important. I need to gather enough funds before the test begins. On the other end of the line, a sharp and professional voice answers. Hey, isn't this the legendary romantic? Why the sudden call? It's Yilin, a businesswoman known for her ambition. Xiao doesn't waste time. Hey Yilin, you've always wanted my shares, right? 20 billion all at once. Do you want them? Yilin, stunned by the offer, nearly drops the phone. What? Did I hear that right? You're selling your shares? Without missing a beat, Xiao replies with absolute certainty, 20 billion, not a cent less. Complete all the paperwork within 5 days and transfer the money to my account. With your skills, Miss Lin, that shouldn't be a problem, right? Yilin, ecstatic with her victory, smugly says, Finally, Yi Corporation is mine, ha. But Xiao shuts her down without emotion. Cut the crap. Call me when it's ready. Hanging up the phone, Xiao smirks to himself, the confidence in his voice unmistakable. Next, I'll wait for the Apocalypse beta to arrive. This life, I'll climb the throne alone. A week later, the screen flashes with a dramatic intro. Welcome to the game. This version of the game is in beta. Congratulations on gaining beta access. This test will last for 3 days. The public version will be launched soon. Ye Xiao, now fully immersed in the game, lands in a lush jungle teeming with danger. The wind rustles through the trees as he takes in his surroundings, a smirk forming on his face. That familiar feeling. This is it. The starting point of the Apocalypse game. The words on the screen boldly declare, Apocalypse game begins. As Ye Xiao navigates the starting area, he spots a glowing interface in the air. Tapping it, he begins configuring his character, nickname, Night Xiao. As for my class, the scene cuts to a massive, majestic dragon breathing fire, scorching the battlefield. Beside it, a warrior wielding a divine artifact releases flames just as fierce. Ye Xiao watches with determination in his eyes. He recalls his past experiences and mutters, last time a guild was wiped out by a god-tier beast tamer leading a dark abyss dragon. Grinning confidently, he makes his decision. This time, I'm not lacking money or resources. Let's go with beast tamer. The screen flashes as Ye Xiao finalizes his choice. His expression shifts to one of absolute determination, and he clenches his fist with newfound resolve. Ha ha, he laughs, the fire in his eyes unmistakable. Now comes the most important moment. With a swift tap, Ye Xiao pulls up the recharge menu. The screen lights up with top-up options, and without hesitation, he selects the highest tier. Let's see who dares to stand in my way this time. The stage is set, and Ye Xiao's rise to domination in the Apocalypse game has officially begun. The screen flashes a congratulatory message. Congratulations, your recharge was successful. 20 billion gold coins have been credited. As the coins and cash rain down around him, Ye Xiao's face lights up with excitement. Haha, amazing. 20 billion in, and within 3 days. The value of these coins will multiply tenfold. But just as he's soaking in the glory of his newfound wealth, another message appears on the screen. Congratulations, you're the first player to recharge over 1 billion. The system has unlocked a unique hidden profession reward. A new message pops up. Hidden profession identified, automatically merging. Ye Xiao's excitement turns to confusion as he watches the screen. Huh? A dark figure with glowing red eyes appears before him. The screen flashes again. Congratulations. You've obtained a second profession. Wealth. Ye Xiao stares at the message in disbelief. He then looks at his left hand, which is glowing with divine energy, and mutters, What's this? A hidden profession unlocked by spending too much money? A hidden class? God of Wealth? Suddenly a giant red frog materializes before him, causing Ye Xiao to freeze in shock. The frog in a booming voice says to itself, I didn't expect that it would be a young brat to unlock me. Ye Xiao, nervous and puzzled, looks around. Where did this frog jump out from, he thinks. The frog glares at him and barks, Insolent! I'm Ebisu, your wealth mentor. You're the 709th god of wealth under my training. Ye Xiao's mind races as he tries to process the absurdity of the situation. Ye Xiao stares at the red frog, his eyes sharp with disbelief. He mutters under his breath, A toad as a wealth mentor? Do you think you're selling financial products? The frog responds with a booming voice, Beat, I'll show you what real wealth is. As the frog speaks, a series of messages pop up on the screen, each detailing Ye Xiao's new abilities. Innate talent. Wealth. Rolling in LV1. The most basic ability of the wealth god is to generate wealth. Gold coins you carry increase by 1% daily. Innate talent penny pincher. LV1. As a wealth god, you reject all losses. Upon death, your gold coins and items will not drop. Innate talent. Extraordinary luck. LV1. They say money brings good fortune. You possess immense wealth and excellent luck. Innate talent, unmatched charm. LV1. Even the ugliest person becomes handsome with generosity. You are incredibly charming. Charm plus. Innate talent power of the wealth god. LV1. As a god you possess divine power. For every 1,000,000 gold coins spent on a random attribute point, up to 100 points daily. Ye Xiao is completely stunned by the overwhelming abilities. His eyes widen, and he exclaims, What the heck? After taking in the immense power he now holds, Ye Xiao begins to process everything. No wonder it's a hidden class, so many innate talents, but none of them seem offensive. The frog responds, "You just don't get it. Any one of these wealth god talents can bring immense riches." Xiao ponders this as he looks at one of his abilities. Innate talent, wealth rolling in LV1. The most basic ability of the wealth god is to generate wealth. Gold coins you carry increase by 1% daily. Wealth rolling in? Gold coins. That means with my current wealth of 2.2 billion, I'd earn an extra 22 million daily. The frog adds, and with the power of the wealth god, you could earn 22 free attribute points daily. Do you realize what that means? The screen pops up again with another message. Innate talent, power of the wealth god. You possess divine power. For every 1,000,000 gold coins spent, plus own random attribute point, up to 100 points daily. Xiao, now fully grasping the magnitude of his new abilities, picks up the red frog with a confident smile and declares, "Damn, this wealth god class is too overpowered. In my last life, I spent all my money on Qinyanran. In this life, as a wealth god, I'll show the world the true meaning of money power." The frog, visibly angry, yells, "Beat! Put me down now." Xiao laughs and clicks the enter button on the screen. They both enter into the game area, and Xiao exclaims with excitement, "With this golden finger, why wait to grow stronger? Straight to the newbie village." As Xiao and the red frog land on the ground of newbie village flower plains, the frog lets out a loud "ouch" after hitting the ground. Xiao, still trying to get his bearings, looks around and says, "Looks like the server just opened. Not many people here. Perfect time to grow quickly." He takes a moment to check his profile in the game, studying the details of his abilities and attributes. Turning to the red frog, he says, "Starting as a beast tamer is dozens of times harder than other classes. Early on, you can't tame powerful beasts. To grow quickly, I need to think of a strategy." The red frog, now perched on Xiao's shoulder, looks down at the screen and responds, "Choosing beast tamer was reckless. You don't even start with a weapon. You don't understand. Beast tamer has the highest potential and the most growth." Suddenly, a group of elite level 5 goblins appears on the horizon, heading straight for them with weapons raised. Xiao's eyes widen in shock as the goblins scream in unison, "Meat, the smell of human meat." For the first time, Xiao feels the weight of fear gripping him as he looks at the terrifying creatures charging toward him. Crap, a level 5 elite warrior? How unlucky can I get? Should I fight or flee? He wonders, his heart racing. The red frog, however, isn't waiting for an answer. It leaps off Xiao's shoulder and starts sprinting away in panic. Xiao watches in disbelief, muttering, "This toad sure runs fast." The frog, now in full-on panic mode, shouts back, "What's there to think about? You're practically naked, no weapons, and facing a level 5 elite. Run." With no choice but to follow suit, Xiao starts running, his legs pumping as fast as they can carry him. The goblins, relentless in their pursuit, yell after him, "Food, stop running!" In a moment of desperation, Xiao looks around, hoping for some help. "Crap, someone save me!" He cries out, but all he hears is the sound of the goblins' laughter echoing behind him. After narrowly escaping the elite goblins, Xiao and the red frog finally make it to the main city, both exhausted and gasping for breath. Xiao looks around, relieved to have made it this far, and mutters, "Finally made it to the main city. That was close. Almost died at the start. I've never suffered such humiliation." Meanwhile, a group of players nearby are gossiping about him, clearly amused by his appearance and choice of class. One of them remarks, "Huh? Someone actually picked Beast Tamer?" Another one snickers and says, "Yeah, unbelievable." "And their beast is... Your beast is a toad?" Xiao, already on edge, snaps back, "You are the toad. Your whole family are toads." He storms off to the side, but the insults keep coming. "Ha ha! This beast tamer is hilarious. Right?" And he tamed a toad. Trying his best to ignore them, Xiao marches forward, but the red frog on his shoulder, ever the troublemaker, says, "There are beast eggs for sale in the city. Go buy one, brat." Xiao, not interested in settling for anything ordinary, replies confidently, "I'm not settling for any ordinary beasts. The red frog, a little confused, asks, "What do you want then?" They continue walking toward their destination, the Supreme Hall. The red frog warns him, "Are you crazy? At level 1, why come here? Only level 100 plus players can hire guards here." But Xiao remains determined, brushing off the frog's concerns. "Stop talking. I know what I'm doing. Let's go." They reach the entrance to the Supreme Hall, but just as Xiao starts to ascend the stairs, someone suddenly stops him. A deep voice calls out, "Wait!" Xiao turns to see a grand archmage standing in front of him, blocking his path. The archmage, holding a divine artifact, looks down at Xiao and says, "Young man, this is not a place for you. Return when you've trained more. Only with the City Lord's recommendation letter can the doors to the Supreme Hall open for you." The archmage is level 80, a formidable figure, but Xiao remains unfazed, his confidence unwavering. No wonder this place is so grand. Even the guard is a level 80 archmage. With a grin, Xiao looks up at the archmage and says, "Honorable archmage, I don't have a recommendation letter." The archmage responds curtly, "Then leave. The Supreme Hall is the Empire's pride, not for someone like you." Unbothered, Xiao smirks and responds, "I don't have a letter, but I heard the archmage recently lost something. I've come to return it." The archmage, now suspicious, narrows his eyes and asks, "Something? What thing? Don't try to fool me." As the conversation between Xiao and the archmage continues, Xiao decides to demonstrate the power of his wealth. He casually points and says, "Archmage, look over there." The archmage turns around, confused, but his expression changes when he sees gold coins scattered near his feet. Xiao continues, "Archmage, over there too. Behind you, more coins." "Archmage, do you like them?" The archmage, his eyes wide with surprise and joy, bends down and scoops up the gold coins. He exclaims with delight, "Oh my!" With a wide smile, he looks back at Xiao and says, "VIP room at the War God Pavilion, Supreme Hall upstairs, please." Xiao, ever the cheeky one, smirks and asks, "Ahem, Master, I liked your fierce demeanor earlier. Can I bring it back?" The archmage, clearly flustered, coughs and avoids making eye contact, muttering, "Cough! Young man, go on up." Xiao grins. Now this is more like it. Ha ha ha." The red frog, observing the scene, thinks to himself, "Money really works wonders, huh?" They approach the Supreme Hall, its grandeur impossible to ignore. As they enter, Xiao notices two towering guards standing in front of it. One is a Supreme Hall Honor Knight Golem, level 100, and the other is a Supreme Hall Honor Knight Golem, level 80. The red frog, impressed by the sight, says, "The Supreme Hall really lives up to its name. A level 100 hireable guardian, equip this, and you can dominate the novice village, kid." Xiao, unfazed, shakes his head and replies confidently, "These don't interest me, they're beneath me." Just as they're about to enter, a giant figure emerges, its presence commanding attention. With a deep, booming voice, the figure asks, "Who let you all in here?" The screen flashes with the words, "Berserk Blood Warrior." Xiao, unbothered by the intimidating figure, responds calmly, "I need to hire a divine-level golem guardian." The giant figure looks skeptical, replying, Divine level golems are extremely rare. How could they possibly be available for hire?" The giant guard, still processing Xiao's request, shakes his head and speaks again. "Besides, looking at your stats, hiring an 80-level guardian is already more than enough. Hiring a divine-level golem isn't something you can afford." Xiao, unfazed, replies confidently, 1 billion per day. The giant guard, now utterly shocked, stammers, 1 billion? Well, technically it's impossible. Rules are ultimately set by people. By coincidence, I know a divine-level spellcaster who might help. Xiao's eyes widen as he ponders to himself, "A spellcaster? That's a hidden class." He then continues, "Divine-level spellcasters are incredibly versatile. Protection, defense, offense, all in one package. Hiring them right from the start would be a great choice." "All right, let's go with that." The giant guard looks at him carefully and asks, "I can summon them any time, but first I need to confirm one thing. When will you pay the 1 billion? Ye Xiao, with a confident smile, responds, "Let's sign the contract now, and I'll pay whenever needed." The giant warrior nods. "Then there's no issue. Once the contract is signed, I'll summon them right away." After signing the contract, Ye Xiao exclaims, "Perfect, the sooner the better. I'm on a tight schedule." Moments later, a beautiful woman in a red dress, holding a divine artifact, materializes before them. Her presence is awe-inspiring, and she exudes a powerful aura. She introduces herself with a smirk. "Oh, it's a handsome young man. I'm Dolores, a divine-level spellcaster. According to the contract, I'll follow your orders for the next 24 hours. Ye Xiao, visibly stunned by her sudden appearance, thinks to himself, "Her level's too high. I can't view her details at all." He then looks at her, trying to regain his composure, but his nerves show as he speaks. "Nice to meet you, Senior. I've hired you mainly to tackle a very difficult." Dolores, amused by his nervousness, giggles and interrupts. "Difficult? What hard dungeons could there be in the novice village? Goblin King, or maybe his entire family. All of them are a wave of my hand away from defeat." Ye Xiao, now slightly embarrassed but determined, says, "Let's not waste time. I'll leave this to you, Senior." Dolores smiles. "Easy. Lead the way." The scene then shifts to a demonstration of Dolores's immense power. She effortlessly dispatches wave after wave of goblins, casting powerful fireballs that incinerate them with ease. As the goblins fall, a bystander watches in awe, thinking to himself, "Whoa, are those damage values? Did someone just beat their enemies into revealing phone numbers?" Another character, witnessing the destruction, screams, "Destroy them! Take out all these goblins! They nearly killed me earlier." As Ye Xiao and the Red Frog make their way through the scene, the chatter around them intensifies. 3 characters stand nearby, discussing the unexpected sight they've just witnessed. One of them exclaims, "Am I seeing this right? That guy's partnered with a spellcaster? These damage numbers are insane." Another one, looking puzzled, asks, "Doesn't seem like a spellcaster. They don't display a level. Is it a hack?" The third character responds with certainty, "There's no such thing as hacks. Must be a high-level NPC hireling. That spellcaster." Meanwhile, the system announces Ye Xiao's progress with a series of level-up notifications. Ding, congratulations. Your level has successfully risen to level 10. You've earned 10 attribute points for free allocation. Ding, congratulations. You are the first player in Novice Village 9527 to reach level 10. You've earned an additional 10 attribute points. Ding, congratulations. You are the first player worldwide to reach level 10. You've earned 50 bonus attribute points and the title Spend a Sender. The Red Frog, surprised, remarks, "Kid, you've hit level 10 already? The highest among other players isn't even beyond level 5. The screen shifts to another system announcement. Ding. World announcement. Players successfully reached level 10, unlocking the level leaderboard. Night Sorrow has. Ding. World announcement. Player Night Sorrow. In the distance, characters watching the announcement react with astonishment. One of them exclaims, "What the heck? It hasn't even been a full day, and someone's already level 10? Who is this Night Sorrow?" Another player says, "Seems like it's that person. They're absolutely overpowered." A crow, observing the announcement, wonders aloud, "Could they be the game's GM, running tests?" One player, eager to get close to the rising star, says, "I need to go cling to their coattails. Is it still too late?" A voice in the background adds, "Doubt all you want. Of course you don't know yet. Soon enough, when the game Doomsday becomes reality." Then another voice confidently states, "You'll realize that I am the true God." As Ye Xiao processes the information, he mutters to himself, "That should do it." With the level up attribute points, and the 100% earned from spending 1 billion today via wealth power, it's about time to head to our true destination. The scene transitions to Ye Xiao and the Red Frog heading towards an unknown location. The Red Frog, curious, asks, "This is far. Is this the hidden dungeon you mentioned?" Ye Xiao responds confidently, "That's right, Dragon's Lair, here I come." The screen flashes again with the world-level leaderboard, and Ye Xiao's name proudly displayed at the top. Rank 1, Night Sorrow, LV10, Wago. Rank 2, None. Rank 3, None. Note, level 10 is the minimum for leaderboard entry. In the next scene, a stealth walker, level 3, is shown slaying goblins with swift precision, his weapon cutting through them effortlessly. He mutters to himself, "I've been hunting elite monsters since entering the game, and I'm still only level 3? Someone's already level 10? Is there some exploit in the game?" And Xiao. Never heard of that name before. His face twists into a sinister, villainous expression as he continues. "Looks like there's another strong rival. This is exciting." The atmosphere darkens, and his words hint at a dangerous rivalry brewing. The scene then shifts, showing a map of Novice Village 9527, deep within Whispering Valley. Coordinates 1102, 254. Xiao speaks confidently. "So this is the place." He approaches a stone, his hand glowing with divine power, and with a surge of energy, he shatters it. As the stone crumbles, the screen reveals a magnificent dragon kingdom. A warning appears. "Ding! This area is extremely dangerous. Leave immediately." The divine spellcaster Dolores observes the scene with a mix of awe and concern. How is this possible? Such an overpowering aura. How could a dragon reside here? There's actually a hidden dungeon. Kid, how did you even find it? She pauses, clearly uneasy. If it's a dragon, I'm not confident I can handle it alone. Xiao reassures her, his confidence unwavering. I'm not dumb enough to fight a dragon. Let's go in and take a look first. As they enter the dungeon, Xiao begins explaining the history of a past adventurer. Years ago, a level 100 berserker accidentally triggered a hidden quest to explore the dragon's lair. He discovered the dungeon entrance was actually hidden in Novice Village. At the time, no one believed him. Everyone thought it was impossible for a high-level dungeon to exist in Novice Village, so he had to venture in alone. He never returned. The Red Frog, intrigued, asks, "So how did you know?" Xiao grins. "I bought his battle footage at a high price, and discovered there's a rare dragon egg inside this dungeon." The spellcaster grows nervous, her eyes widening in disbelief. "Stealing a dragon egg? That's harder than slaying a dragon. Kid, are you messing with me?" The frog echoes her concern. "What? A dragon egg? Don't tell me you're actually planning to steal it." Despite their doubts, Xiao remains as confident as ever. "Sister Tao, you're a god-tier sorceress. Don't be so modest." He gives his explanation. "Look, it's just a dragon. Sister Tao, the great god-tier sorceress, could take it down in seconds." The screen flashes with a new skill. Skill, Holy Judgment Radiant Dragon Tier. The party gazes in awe at the sight before them, a massive dragon, lying atop a mound of gold coins, its eyes glimmering with power. The atmosphere is thick with tension, but Xiao's determination remains unshaken as they prepare for what's to come. The scene intensifies as the spellcaster, visibly terrified, gazes at the radiant dragon and says with a quiver in her voice, "A tier 5 dragon. Good thing I brought a teleport scroll." The Red Frog, equally anxious, quickly chimes in, "You go in first. I'll wait outside the cave." Xiao, ever the confident hero, looks to the spellcaster and asks, "Sister Tao, do you think we can manage?" She looks back at him with concern, shaking her head. "A tier 3 dragon alone could destroy an entire guild. This radiant dragon is one of the top-tier dragons. We have less than a 1% chance." But Xiao, unfazed by her words, maintains his focus on the dragon's egg. "That sounds terrifying. This dragon egg must be even more valuable than I thought. I have to get it." The spellcaster, now clearly terrified, exclaims, "Not a chance, I'm out of here." Xiao, not backing down, tries to persuade her with an offer. "Sister Tao, I'll pay you double the commission." Her resolve doesn't waver, though, as she responds, "Even doubling the pay won't help. It's not that I don't want the commission, but we just can't beat it." Xiao, ever the strategist, insists, "We're not actually fighting it. Just buy some time." The spellcaster's expression hardens. There's no buying time. No one can withstand a tier 5 radiant dragon. Ye Xiao, with determination in his eyes, raises the stakes. Triple the commission. After a brief pause, the spellcaster reluctantly agrees, gritting her teeth. Damn it. If I have to risk my life, I'll do it. The scene shifts as the spellcaster prepares for the fight of her life. I'll go all out. 3 minutes. I can buy you 3 minutes at most, she says, drawing her divine artifact and focusing her power. Ye Xiao watches in awe, seeing attributes pop up on his screen as he gains buffs from the spellcaster's support. He looks impressed and mutters to himself, Wow, master, so reliable. Buffs active. A little preparation is key to surviving in this world. The spellcaster shouts at him. Buff duration is 3 minutes. The rest is up to you. Ye Xiao responds with admiration. Incredible. As expected of a god-tier sorceress. Truly terrifying. The battle begins as the spellcaster faces the radiant dragon head-on. Wretched beast. Normally I'd fear you, but for these 3 minutes even you will bow before me, she declares, her voice filled with defiance. With a swift motion, she unleashes a powerful skill, ice arrow, sending a chilling blast toward the dragon. The ice arrow strikes the dragon, momentarily freezing it, buying Ye Xiao precious seconds to carry out his plan. The fight intensifies, and the clock is ticking as Ye Xiao prepares to steal the dragon's egg, with the spellcaster doing everything she can to hold the beast at bay. The tension builds as Ye Xiao, holding his breath, creeps closer to the radiant dragon's egg. Shh, don't let it notice us, or we're dead meat, he whispers, glancing at the spellcaster who is still holding off the dragon with all her might. The spellcaster, panting, warns him, 1.5 minutes left, I'm running out of steam. Ye Xiao struggles with the egg, trying to lift it, but it's far heavier than he anticipated. Frustrated, he calls out to the frog, This dragon egg is heavier than I thought. Toad, give me a hand. The red frog hesitates, muttering, I've never done something this shady before. But before they can make another move, a loud thud shakes the ground, and the radiant dragon's piercing eyes snap open, catching them in the act. Ouch! The frog exclaims in panic. The dragon lets out a terrifying roar, sending shockwaves through the air. Ye Xiao and the frog freeze in fear as the dragon's fury ignites. You useless toad! Ye Xiao shouts. But the frog, equally terrified, retorts, How dare you insult me like that, you brat? Run! Stop talking and move. With the dragon bearing down on them, Ye Xiao screams for help. Sister Tao, help us! The spellcaster, already exerting herself, responds with urgency. Ice wall. She casts, trying to block the dragon's assault, but the ice quickly begins to crack under the dragon's power. It's not holding up. Then, with a flash of divine energy, she casts a more powerful spell. Skill. Dragon King's breath. Her eyes widen as she sees the immense firepower about to unleash from the dragon. Dragon King's breath, run! She yells, taking off. Ye Xiao, in disbelief, calls out, Sister, why are you running too? She glances back at him with exasperation. Of course I'm running. What do you think I am, invincible? I said 3 minutes, didn't I? The trio scrambles, dodging fireballs and the dragon's wrath, managing to escape just in time. They burst out of the dungeon, gasping for breath. Gah! Ye Xiao exclaims, still in shock. That was close, but we managed to get it. The spellcaster, still breathing heavily, looks at the egg with a mix of awe and apprehension. Kid, if this dragon egg hatches into a tier 5 dragon, it'll all have been worth it. She pauses, narrowing her eyes. Don't forget my commission. Ye Xiao grins, trying to reassure her. Don't worry, you'll get paid. Then, with a determined look, he says, Now it's time to contract the bee-beast. The spellcaster, a bit more skeptical now, adds, Let's hope it doesn't hatch into something strange. Otherwise, that 300 million will go to waste. Ye Xiao, annoyed by her negativity, retorts, Shut your mouth, you jinx. He carefully places his hand on the egg, his eyes focused. Success or failure, it all comes down to this. Don't disappoint me. The egg begins to crack, and with a soft pop, a tiny dragon emerges. It lets out a small, confused sound. Ah, ah. Ye Xiao stares at the baby dragon, his eyes wide with disbelief. Huh? The spellcaster leans in, scrutinizing the hatchling. This doesn't look like a radiant dragon hatchling. Xiao frowns. Why does the color seem off? The baby dragon, now fully out of its shell, blinks up at them. It scales a strange mix of colors that don't quite match the radiant dragon they expected. Xiao and the spellcaster exchange uncertain glances, unsure of what they've just unleashed. That's it for today's video. Yeah, I know it's short, but hey, this manhwa is fresh off the press, and I need your thoughts. What do you think about it? Want to see the next part? Drop your opinions in the comments. And if you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now. I'll keep bringing you the most exciting manhwa out there.